Today we're going to take a look at someone who I consider to be the most unhinged Fortnite YouTuber ever, and that is Skyan. Scran? Scumbo? What is his name? I'm gonna call him Skyan. Skyan used to make Fortnite storyline videos. Like for here, you've got the entire Fortnite storyline, most detailed ever, and the entire Fortnite storyline, and once a villain, now our hero. You know, Fortnite storyline videos. You know, that's fine. No one cares about that. I mean, well, no, people do care about that. Whatever, shut up. But then at the beginning of this year, they left Fortnite. And now they just started doing general gaming videos, which is fine. I tried to do that this year as well. I gave up. And it looks like Skyan did as well, because you can see 2 Fortnite videos right here. We are mainly going to be focusing on this video here. Why I quit Fortnite storyline. You should too. Now, at the minute, I'm not a huge fan of the Fortnite storyline. I think there's several areas for improvement. I don't like the lack of consistency. And I think that they should put more resources into it in certain areas, particularly voice lines. But the storyline itself, the whole story itself, I think is fine. And we're going to see if Skyan over here thinks the same thing in this 1 hour and 18 minutes. This video is going to get like 3 views as well.
The story was made for men. The story was made for people with balls. The story was made for someone with extreme amount of masculinity and...
What? I'm just going to assume that that was just a way of speaking. I'm assuming he's not saying that the Fortnite storyline was made only for men and men only. Right?
We went from the bros type of story we used to get the the energy like...
Was that English? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, is this how people feel when they watch my videos when I talk really quickly? Is this how people think? If so, I'm going to change my content style immediately because this is annoying.
Over here, kitty cat.
Okay, I should have made a bingo sheet beforehand. Hope, hey, I was expecting this.
Could start with how much content has been stripped away from the story and the storytelling of this game.
Okay, I'll tell you what they've taken away. They've taken away live events. They've taken, well, some live events. We still get some every season or every other season. And they've taken away voice lines.
You take the Doctor Doom if I compare it to the Galactic.
Skyan, that's because that's a mini event, you stingus.
Doing storyline missions with voice lines and actual cool visuals and everything every single week. My man.
We didn't get them every single week. We definitely didn't, because I remember being annoyed as hell because they didn't used to have a countdown for them every single week. Instead, you just have to pray and like hope and pray to God that they would come out on a random Tuesday and you just wouldn't know when. That was annoying. But yeah, they didn't come out every week. And plus, cool visuals. The only one I can think of is the Collider. The Collider one is the only one with a decent visual. The story quests are quite literally ever since their conception in Chapter 2 Season 7, it's been Chapter 2 Season 6. It's been go here, interact with an object, go here, interact with an object, maybe shoot a few guns. That's what they've been. That's what it's been. And it hasn't changed.
Genuinely, what else is left to get rid of the story now? Oh yeah, get rid of every single original Fortnite storyline character.
Apart from Jones and Hope and Daigo and Kendo and Jade and Midas. And the Visitor. You know, he was here a few months ago. I don't know where he is now, but he was here.
Hope? Who the hell cares about Hope? It's just a cat girl. I guess let's just bring back Midas and such. But make them the most one-dimensional...
Midas was brought back in Chapter 5, Season 2. And his return was teased in Chapter 5, Season 2. So, Midas was not brought back because people don't like Hope. Midas was brought back because they were gonna fucking bring him back either way.
Strip away anything that was interesting about them. Midas, the guy who was so cool back then, the guy who was the head of like everything that happening, he was the master of his like season and he was like so damn goddamn cool. Nah, just bring him into the season and he just like sits there, he's just standing there and the season ends and he goes bye-bye.
Midas is still here. Plus, when has Midas not been one-dimensional? Chapter 2, Season 2. He wants to escape the loop for reasons we don't know why. We don't know why. They didn't say why. He has a daughter who he doesn't visit. That is more than like 80% of every Fortnite characters ever. He has this running thing where if you interact with him, with the NPC as Jules, he keeps saying, sorry that we didn't do X. And it's like, oh, he really is a bad father. And I don't understand. What?
And then bring him back again, just so once again he's just standing there. He's like, hi, hello, hey yo, and that's everything he does in the story.
What do you want Midas to do? When you break it down, he's just a guy. He can't bring down the Death Star. He doesn't care. He can't bloody destroy the tentacle monster. He has his own thing. He has his own motives. He isn't involved with the main cast. They simply have him on board because he gives them money. There was a whole story quest in season 3 about how Hope made a secret deal with Midas. Brother, they don't like him so much that they have to have a secret deal with him because nobody trusts him. They're not going to put him on the flipping team, are they?
Holy man! There is a new chapter releasing. He could care less. There is a new storyline event. Okay, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite devs keep getting harassed on Twitter. Why on earth would you want to interact with that community? Fortnite devs were given a death threat because they made an animation they don't like. And 2 years later, they are still campaigning for that animation to be removed entirely. Why? Why would you willingly interact with this community? He's not the PR manager. He's not going to come out and say, guys, guess what? We've got some things cooking. Whee! Everyone send me death threats because you don't like what I'm doing with the game. Whee! The Fortnite's different now.
And that's right, yeah. There's legit nothing to strip away. You took the guy behind the story away. You replaced him with garbage. You took the characters away. You took the island themes away. You took the weekly map changes away. You took the actual live events away. You took the weekly map changes away.
You said weekly map changes twice. As well, we have to really consider that Charlie Wen wasn't brought onto the team until, like, what? Late chapter 4? That wasn't him. He didn't kill the 7. That was probably Donald's idea. Yeah, he worked on vibing. That's when it started to happen. He definitely had a role to play in the 7 going missing.
The bare minimum. Fortnite doesn't even do the bare minimum anymore. The things that even Marvel Rivals does right now.
It's
Marvel
just the bare
Rivals
minimum,
is not even that good of a story and
Is what I'm watching the bare minimum?
story for the season and everything. They took that away. They took the most simplest, the most bare minimum thing.
Yeah, guys, because minute-long, full CGI animated trailers that probably had tons of developers working on it. That is the bare minimum, guys. That is, come on, guys, the bare minimum. Come on, guys, the bare minimum. It doesn't even take that much effort, really. Come on. What are you doing, guys? You idiots. You waste of space.
Chapter 2, Season 6. That thing was like a movie. That was like, look at this, man. This is...
What the fuck happened there? Okay, I'm just going to say it now. I agree that I'm upset that storyline trailers are gone, but I don't want to agree with him because he seems to want them for the wrong reasons, and he seems to be complaining about the wrong thing. So, just know that I want story trailers, but I don't like how he's going about saying it.
Season 6 Chapter 2 happened right now. Instead of Jones explaining why the foundation was brought here and everything, it's just Jones walking and then he does like the 0 point and that foundation comes in and they do handshake and woohoo, we won, season is over.
Isn't that what fucking happened, though?
So nah, man, characters from now on are just gonna pop out of nowhere. The wolf guy, you wanna know where he came from? Nah, he's just gonna pop out of nowhere in the trailer. You wanna know everybody else where they came from? Nah, they're just gonna pop out of nowhere. And if you
Okay, Core is the only one that I have a problem with, actually. Why was Core part of that team? But I also disagree, because why do you not like characters that aren't old ones? Because Megalodon didn't come out of nowhere. He was on the other island.
The story of this game is nothing anymore, man. It's just like, let's abuse the story to sell more skins and even more skins and even more skins.
That's what it was the whole time, my guy. I don't know what else to tell you. That's why they made a few Dr. Sloan remixes. That's why they made a bunch of Jonesy skins.
Is non-stop selling skins. Look at that, more skins. Oh my god, more storyline skins. Yo, more.
Okay, most of these aren't storyline skins, by the way. Like, yeah, they're gonna make stories about the characters in the game.
Oh yeah, let's sell another Daigo skin, and he's just gonna look that way in game for only 2 seconds, and that's about it.
The entire season, which was the culmination of his arc. But okay, we'll just ignore that.
Oh wow, let's sell 5 different Midas skins. You're also gonna just look that way for 2 seconds and that's about it. Let's make this faction, wow, so we can sell 10 different skins of it. Let's do the Greek god season so we can sell 10 different Greek gods.
What? Ooh, guys. They should really make a Greek god season. Except, you know what? They shouldn't make any Greek god skins. I would really hate that, guys. Instead, they should just make gameplay of it. And then make a storyline of it, but not sell the skins, because that's immoral. What do you mean?
Don't fall for it. I used to fall for it, and I freed myself. And I now feel 1,000 times better now that I quit the game.
Yeah, which is why I'm making this 1 hour and 11-minute video complaining about it. Whee!
Hair on your balls. The Fortnite storyline used to actually make you become a man, get tough, get strong, grow some 6-packs so you can get some bitches and actually look like a man and everything, and you just like get some, just become an actual, and just like so mature and so interesting and so.
The Fortnite storyline would make you mature.
This is a game for men, not kids.
Why does he keep specifying men? I really hope this isn't going where I think it's gonna go. I really hope it isn't gonna be like the Fortnite storyline now is for women, and women stink. Smash like for women.
Nobody told Jones to be a hero. Nobody told the Foundation to be a hero. Once the 0 point was about to be destroyed and kill everyone, nobody told this to like Oracle that, oh my god, your future is to sacrifice yourself for the sake of everything else. I'm the Oracle and I can see the future.
Well, yeah, that's because the story's different. They're doing different story arcs, my guy. They're different kind of stories. They're not the same story. Because if it was the same story, then it wouldn't be new.
That's what made the original Fortnite lore so damn mature and interesting. The heroes didn't used to just like win and that's about it. We won, yay, we won, oh my god, no. They used to make sacrifices for their victories. They used to lose something. Not just they go.
I can't actually think of another time outside of Season 6 where someone sacrificed themselves for something. You could count the Imagine dying, only to apparently be brought back if you pay attention to the Fortnite wiki, which I disagree with that. I still think she's dead. Paradigm, I guess, but that's part of the Chapter 4 storyline. Skyan doesn't like that. Yeah, I think that was the only time. So I don't really know why Skyan's making a big point out of this. This is like a 2-time, maybe 3-time thing. It isn't that big of a deal, my guy.
Ooh, everybody's saying.
Stop doing that! Stop it! It's so annoying. Just stop doing the wahoo weehee thing. You've done it 5 times in the last 5 minutes. Stop. We get it. You've made the correlation. We get your point. Move on. Why is this video an hour long? Just play the thing.
Jones, till the very last second of his life, believed in the promise of the Foundation, which was so beautiful. My man.
Beautiful? I don't really know about that. That wasn't. I think you're interpreting a few things there that I don't think was meant to be interpreted, but whatever.
Knew and believed that Foundation is gonna save me, even though this is like the last seconds of my life.
Quite literally, the second after he's freed, he is visibly surprised that the Foundation came back. He literally says, "You came back for me?" He's like that. He was not like, "I'm okay, because I'm gonna get saved." He evidently was very nervous and did not believe it at all.
He used to think that the Imagine Order, who he worked for 1,000 of years, he used to think they're actually good people, but it was proven wrong. So this moment just means the world to him. And just the mature writing, the thing that actually is even interesting for a grown-ass man is...
Yeah, a lot of this is just interpreted from absolutely nowhere. I can do this too, you know. I can do this too. It's like, oh my god, it's so cool how Jones, he found a new family with hope, and he managed to find a new purpose, and oh my god, you can see that it's so meaningful to him because now he actually has a new family that he can do with, and it's like, what would Fortnite do back then? It'd go wahoo weehee. You can word anything in a more positive light. I don't know what you're not making a specific point.
Everybody's a fucking cat girl. At least we used to get something like the Foundation and stuff doing the heroic things. The way you write a storyline is that the villain needs to be equals to your heroes.
That's not necessarily true. That's not true at all.
We used to have the Foundation.
Stop bringing up the Foundation. Bring up someone else, please. Bring someone else up, please. I'm begging you. You keep saying, we used to get the Foundation. It's like, yeah, the Foundation was the biggest guy, the strongest guy, the most cool guy, and that was it. He was really cool, and that was his character. He didn't, and he sacrificed himself one time.
You want content? You're gonna get 2 seconds live events.
This was like 2.5 minutes long, first of all, which I know that sounds like cope, but this was really cool. This is probably the best mini event, if not the best live event we've had of Chapter 6. I thought this is what you liked. Look, it's masculine. Look, you've got a guy and another guy, and they're fighting, and Daigo gets stabbed, so he sacrifices his inner blood to save the day. I thought you liked that.
Cocomelon level writing. Shogun has just won the fight, but for some reason he's like, yes, give me a second. Let me just hold you in the air. I'm just gonna do random shit because I have ADHD.
It's not random shit. The whole season he was harvesting like the energy of the island, and he is still doing that.
And somehow Shogun is so blind, so deaf.
This is the cinema sinsification of Fortnite storyline right now. It's like, why doesn't he kill Daigo before he harvests the portal? Because the story wouldn't have happened otherwise. Why doesn't Shogun X hit Daigo? Because otherwise, that wouldn't have happened.
He's holding his neck. And now after the push, that's when Daigo gets the swords, combines them.
Round 2.
Daigo is now evolved. He now actually fights Shogun still in combat, not cheating, and he wins through combat because his sword is now much stronger. He actually has a way to win in an actual interesting way, in an actual way to look cool, look badass.
The actual interesting way in question is to have a better sword. The reason Daigo wins is because he is weaker than Shogun X, but he's smarter than Shogun X. Shogun X is blinded by obviously the power, and he what's the word I'm looking for here? He underestimates Daigo, which is why Daigo wins, and which is why the Spirit Realm chooses him as the next champion. That's why that happens, not because he has a better sword. That's stupid.
Damn, this guy, he saved us through actual combat. He's good at it. Damn.
He did fight him in combat.
You could do something really interesting with this. So maybe we're finally gonna get actual interesting lore. Maybe Daigo is actually gonna be an interesting character instead of a boring one-dimensional character. The look is actually gonna evolve him.
One-dimensional. Daigo's not one-dimensional. I'm not going to keep having this conversation about what dimensional means, but Daigo, quite literally, his arrogance and the fact that he thinks he's better than everyone is what got him corrupted in the first place. That is not one-dimensional. That is very, very much at least a couple dimensions.
Aura farming in an interesting, cool way. No dancey, no kinda egotistical and fighting people and being rude and actually having an interesting villain. Or
Daigo was rude before. Why do you want a black suit Spider-Man? This is not the same story.
Instead of making Superman go save the day, no sacrifices, no nothing, woohoo, Viffy, that's about it for the live event, Superman instead should have fought Daigo to make Daigo actually cool, give him some aura or something. And Daigo should have been shown off in the live event to be so goddamn powerful to the point that he can actually fight Superman and go toe to toe and actually not go down easily.
But that wasn't the point of the story. That would kind of defeat the whole point of the story, my guy. The whole point is that Daigo was being used and manipulated against his will. That was the whole point.
You give him a villain as strong as he is, exactly what James Gunn did in his new movie, which is why his new movie was actually good. Because you take Superman, you give him a villain that he actually cannot handle. He needs to do a better...
I think he's taking the wrong lessons from Superman. I think he thinks Superman was good because Ultraman was there, the bad guy. I don't think he I don't think he understood Superman.
So Hope and Jones are somehow an even more of a joke than they used to be in chapter 5 of Fortnite. I don't know how you do it, but you somehow manage to make things even worse. Forget Jones having the story of being lied to for centuries, fighting for the wrong cause.
Yeah, forget that story, because it was 3 years ago. The story's different. That's an old story thread. I'm not sure if you were there, but 3 years ago we had this big climactic event called Collision where it all came crashing down and everything was fine. The story is over now. This is a new story. Why would he keep bringing that up? Everyone would tell him to shut up, because nobody knows what the Imagined Order is anymore. It's not part of the storyline anymore. It's gone. Stop it.
Forget Midas wanting to be a better person for the sake of his daughter because he accidentally touched his daughter and caused her death, so
that didn't happen.
back now he wants to make it up to her. He wants to be a better person for his daughter. No, you just bring him back because
no. That bit about Midas is just made up.
Forget Dr. Stone being manipulated and abused by Geno to extreme levels, making her become a tool for easy wins for Geno. Forget the fact that she wants to break free, but the obsession she has with knowledge and the 0 point is the reason why she cannot break free. She's just
This story thread is not in the game. He's made this up. This is not what happened at all.
Forget the scientist having to deal with the fact that he thought he was doing the right thing by freeing the 0 point, but nah, he caused the end of the world because of his miscalculations.
Yeah, what do you want him to do? He's dead! You want to find an audio log where it's like, guys, it's a real shame, but I kind of destroyed the universe here. Yeah, guess what? That was in the game. That was what happened. Why do you want that back?
Forget the origin being king of the cubes who used to destroy thousands of worlds while learning that the beauty or the diversity of this universe, going through them and be like, damn, these worlds are actually so cool and
He's making this up. He's getting the very basic plot right, but then he's just adding these extra parts for no reason that weren't expressed anywhere.
Yeah, who needs all of these mature writings that actually seems interesting to?
Yeah, it's mature, but you've added half of that in. You've added most of that in.
It was just a man who was interested into making power masks, and nothing emotionally meaningful happened. He just got messed up, and
that is false. And I think that he's doing that on purpose.
Here's another random faction. You like random factions, right? Because they make a lot of storyline skins to sell. Whoa, look at that. Look at that guy. You like the random faction. Go buy.
We're back to talking about skins again. We were talking about that within the first 10 minutes of the video. Why are we still talking about it? It's been 50 minutes. I've had to sit here listening to him repeat himself for 50 minutes and we still have 20 left.
Actually feel like a war by making every single character look like a damn soldier, look like they belong in the battlefield. So the game actually feels like a game made for men.
What is the point? What is his point now? I've completely lost track of what he's on about. He's sad because Fortnite doesn't look like Battlefield or Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And he also wants Fortnite to be for men. I'm not watching the rest of this video, man. I've spent an hour. Speaking of wasting your time, I've spent an hour watching this video where you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Embellish the parts that you like and make the parts that you don't like sound even more stupid than it already is. I'm not saying that the Fortnite storyline is perfect. I'm not saying it at all. I really think it needs to change and develop in ways if it wants to sustain itself, and if it wants to go even almost back to how it was, they need to bring back storyline, trailers, they need to bring back the live events in a proper way, they need to develop the characters better, they need voice lines, they need stuff like this. But I don't agree with how he is making the past look better than it actually is. And I also don't like that he is blatantly ignoring some of the good qualities of the modern day. But you know what? I'm done now. I'm gonna go have some lunch. I'm hungry. If you enjoyed today's video, then consider subscribing and using code BigCraigd in the Fortnite item shop, and there'll be a funny card on your screen taking you to a video like this one, but better. And a lot shorter too, I can promise you that much. Okay, bye.